Hey, I want to talk to you like someone who s lived through the frustration of flat, uninspired TV audio because that's exactly where I was before this became a part of my setup. The Hisense HD Saturn is for the people who feel when something in their entertainment feels muted, who sit through a great scene and think, why doesn't this sound as good as it looks? Before you go any further, check the current price and stock. Audio gear that really transforms a room doesn't sit still, and waiting usually means higher costs or missed opportunities. There was a point when my TV's speakers were enough until they weren't. UV hit that moment too, I can tell. You start a movie and suddenly dialogue feels buried, explosions feel thin, music feels detached. You don't ignore that feeling, you know it's time for more. That as the settling phase ending and quality pulling you forward. When you switch to the Saturn system, that relief hits almost instantly. You stop struggling to hear dialogue over background music. Your brain stops convincing itself that good enough is enough. Instead, you feel presence, I mean real presence, where each element sits in the room instead of just in front of you. Once you live with that, anything lesser sounds like it as missing pieces. Picture this, you cue up a show and the voices feel anchored, natural, not tinny or distant. Action scenes feel layered, height channels adding dimension you never got before. Music feels like it's in the space with you, not just coming out of two small grills. Gaming sessions that used to feel flat suddenly feel intentional because sound follows motion, not just happens. And the everyday stuff? It feels richer too. Even simple news or sitcom audio feels clearer, deeper, more grown up. There's a confidence in the audio that quietly makes your whole setup feel like it belongs in a high-quality space. Check current availability while you're rethinking about it, because units that land in this sweet spot of price and performance tend to shift fast. If you're wondering whether something like this is worth it, let me reshape that doubt. Once you've felt immersive audio in your own room, ordinary sound feels like an obvious compromise. You'll notice it every time dialogue isn't crisp or effects feel flat. That's the loss aversion kicking in. You start to feel the difference and then dread going back. What surprises most people is how natural it feels. It never screams loud or over the top. It just makes everything feel right. Movies feel cinematic instead of boxed in. Games feel alive instead of thin. Music feels present instead of distant. Your favorite shows feel clearer and richer, movies feel layered. Not flat. Gaming has spatial depth and confidence. Music feels present, not distant. Your whole room sounds intentional. It's bigger than basic TV speakers, and once you hear true depth, small systems feel weak. At some point you stop looping through tiny spec differences and just choose the experience you already know you want. Don't let this be the upgrade you delay and regret every time you notice lackluster sound. Check the current price and stock now and bring your audio up to the level your screen has deserved all along.